you? The bathroom police? Is this what you do with your life? Do you run around trying to figure out what somebody might have down here?
Just stop already.
Not date trans women if you are not going to treat us like the queens that we are. I'm so serious. Leave us alone. Shit is so exhausting, and it's like not every single trans woman should know exactly what I'm talking about or how I'm feeling because of how poorly we are fucking treated. Shut your mouth, you stupid bitch. Oh, I don't care. Shut the fuck up.
Okay. Welcome back. I hope you had an awesome Thanksgiving. And oh my God, I swear to God, every time I open up an app, it's just like, there's just all this stuff for me to react to because it's just, why would you put yourself on the internet acting a fool like that? And then did you hear what they said? Leave us alone. Well, we're actually can't leave you alone because you won't let us leave you alone. You're just so insane. You're actually, how can this not be considered some form of mental illness? How can it not? It's just so obvious, the whole thing. But today I got some good stuff for you. And this is going to be amazing because we're going to laugh, but we're also going to be like really looking at this in a way that for me just says, why? Why is this happening? And how have we gotten into a space, a mental headspace to think this is okay? And why are people supporting these males, because they are males? Again, I have no issue, obviously, because I'm also a transsexual, with transitioning and moving on with your life. But why are there a group of people in society supporting this insanity and acting as if this is okay? I just really want to know. Put it in the comments if you think you know, because I don't know why. Why would any of us support this? It's not okay. So with that, thank you again for hitting the subscribe button. Thank you for liking the video. Thanks for all the comments that I read every morning with baby girl, and we laugh together. She's starting to laugh. I'm wondering if maybe I shouldn't be reading them in front of her and damaging her brain at such an early age. But that being said, thank you guys for all the well wishes for baby girl. She's doing amazing. So let's move forward and let's just get into this because it is just unbelievable. Unbelievable.
Woo, woo, woo. Who are you? The bathroom police? Is this what you do with your life? Do you run around trying to figure out what somebody might have down here and then go, I better not see you in the bathroom? Ah! Is that your life? You need to check yourself before you wreck yourself, because that's no way to be. I respect the safe spaces of biological women. I already use the men's room, but guess what? People can just go to the bathroom in whatever bathroom they deem fit. Get over it. Have a nice day. Thanks for watching. That's what
this one says that they already use the men's room, but you know damn well they try to use the women's room. They probably got their head busted when they tried to use the women's room. But this, how is it not mental? How? That's totally mental. Insane. It's also the internet. It gives people this like space to think they can act a fool like this and be like, yeah, people are going to actually respect trans people when you act like this and think, first off, you don't even look like a woman. Secondly, well, thanks for using the men's room. Okay. Thank you very much. We all appreciate it. But what you're saying is, are they the police? Well, on some level, yeah. We've got to start policing our bathrooms because crazy people like you are trying to get into the women's bathroom, which I don't understand why any of this is even happening. I just don't understand why. I don't. You don't get a right. You don't have a right to use any space you want. That's not true. You do not. There's no rights involved in that, okay? You have the right to do things when you coexist in the world and make an effort to sort of make not a spectacle of yourself. Slowly getting ready for
Are you guys seeing this?
The women's room.
It's just, it gets to a point where it's like, when are we gonna stop opening the doors to these men? You know? That's a man in a dress. And I'm not just saying this to be mean to this creator. No hate to this person, but even they admit it. Insert the clip right here.
boy, but I've also never felt like a girl or a woman, if that makes sense. I think I'm kind of leaning into like being gender fluid, and yeah, I just the bathroom attendant thought I was, you know, a girl, allowed me to use the women's restroom, and the girls were very, very sweet to me. I felt very safe and very thankful. Right now, I'm just exploring, and I don't really want to put a label on it. I'm still learning what it means like to inhabit all these spaces.
So this person is not even trying to present fully female. Not even trying. So baseline, it's already controversial for this person to be in the women's restroom. But for them to admit that they're not even trying to be a woman and then still be in the women's restroom, it's even more of a problem.
So this guy right here is a guy. He knows he's a guy. He wants to be a guy. He says, I'm an effeminate man. I'm a feminine man. And so he's also pissed because people think he's trans, and he's not trans. He's just a man who looks female-ish on some level. And I love this guy because he really is showing you the bullshit of this. And so now there's this Asian creator dude who I thought at one time he was all about being sort of a feminine man, but now somehow he's getting dragged into this I'm trans kind of thing. Did you see that ripped body? And saying he's a woman. He's not even trying. He's not on hormones. If he was on estrogen, he would not have a six-pack. Okay? That's testosterone. Secondly, he's not even making an effort except for makeup. His body's like totally ripped and acting as if he has this privilege to go into the women's room. This creator is just wrecking him. This guy right here.
And for people to be in the comments defending it, my question is, if you've never felt like a woman in your life, doesn't that really just make you a man?
Excellent.
So you're not really gender fluid.
That's right.
Which I would say doesn't really exist to begin with. My next question is, if you're so confused about who you are, why are you so sure about what bathroom you should be using?
Bam.
Doesn't that seem a little weird?
Yeah.
And if you're so confident with taking off all your clothes on social media and opening yourself up to that judgment, and opening yourself up to show that you have such a male physique,
Totally.
why are you so confident in using the women's restroom when clearly you're not a woman? I feel like these are all valid points. But maybe I'm crazy.
No.
Because people like to make it seem like I'm crazy.
That's right.
But I don't feel like the crazy person here.
You're not crazy, and that's called gaslighting because you and I, dude, are literally in alignment, okay? This person is full of it. They're not trans. They're just trying to use this as some way to feel more, I don't even know. I actually don't even know what they're trying to do. And then that they're getting more comfortable dressing up to go in the women's room and all. And it's just crazy that we're at this point right now, but thank God people are starting finally. I guess better late than never. It pisses me off that it's taken people so long to get this, but that being said, better late than never. But you just called them out, completely called them out on their bullshit. Why are they on the internet showing their masculine body? But that being said, I found this.
Last video I posted went viral, and many of you had a lot to say. To all the cis women out there, what if I told you that trans people were not competing with you, but with you in deconstructing patriarchy? Do you honestly think a cis man will take 2 hours to get ready, use a jet black Valentino eyeliner, and Huda Beauty under eye corrector if they didn't feel that that's who they were on the inside? Transphobia affects us all, even cis women. In Connecticut, a 22-year-old woman was harassed by a man when she was using the women's restroom just because she was wearing a baseball cap and short hair. You see where
That's because of people like you, okay? I used to be a masculine, well, I still am, on some level, a masculine woman. But when I lived as a woman, okay, and more presented that way, That's been going on forever, okay? So don't act like you guys all, this is new and whatever. That just people got scared because I looked so masculine and I was in the women's room and I had to say, oh, no, hold on. I'm actually, I didn't look like this. I just look like a masculine girl, okay? So now they're acting as if this is all new, and it's not new, and that's been around forever because it really comes down to societal norms. And then you are a dude talking about the patriarchy and saying, like, if about makeup, like you are actually dwindling womanhood down to makeup, okay? That's how really you're the patriarchy, dude. I love how they always try to act as if they're speaking for women and they know women more. If anyone, I know a woman more than you do because I actually am one.
I'm going with this. What about women with deeper voices, larger arms, more body hair? I definitely understand that safety is a very real thing for women, but would you make accommodations for the women's room, say for a toddler, a single dad who needs a changing table, or an elderly man with dementia? I certainly hope so. I guess
that's called the family bathroom, dipshit. And they've had those for a long time. You people think you're so smart. You think you're creating this new, like, trans. That shit's been around forever. A dad who has a toddler, nobody cares. He goes into the men. Let's say he has a girl toddler, okay? Let's say I have baby girl with me. I'm still going to use the men's room, okay? But I'm mostly going to try to find the family room to change her. Or I could just change her there. Like, it's not a big effing deal. People don't care. So they just don't care it's a baby. Actually having a baby is the most amazing thing because I cannot even believe the way people are just always so, like, upset with me and my baby when I go places and like, oh my God, she's adorable and da-da-da. So what are you even talking about? There is space already for men who have babies to go and change their babies. These arguments are disgusting.
what all these examples have in common is that you don't perceive them as a threat. What you're afraid of are able-bodied adult men, which
God, I just can't stand it. No. What's a threat is a man in a woman's toilet. And why is that a threat, which you would never know, is because women have been accosted in the women's room by men. People write me all the time and talk about their experiences with that. What the hell are you talking about? You're not making any sense. You're making shit up, by the way. You don't know. You don't have the experience of a woman. You have the experience of a man, and you've never, ever had to deal with that situation before. Mr. Patriarchy.
is so valid because we have all seen what men are capable of: violence, anger, war. So I get it, there is a real fear, but they are also your husbands, your brothers, your sons, and your fathers. So the education starts with us. And to all the men that are commenting that you'll kill me, attack me, you're demonstrating exactly why I don't dare enter a men's room alone when I'm in a dress. Did you know that trans people are 4 times more likely to experience violent crime compared to our cis counterparts? I'm always going to advocate for gender neutral restrooms, and don't give me that crap about not knowing how that would work because you probably grew up with one at home, and if not, you've definitely used one on an airplane. I truly believe that everyone, regardless of age, gender, and income levels, deserve a space to at least relieve themselves. What we need to address and teach the men and boys around us is to not be violent, to hold their emotions, to express them healthily, and not to default to anger. To all the women out there that are welcoming of trans and gender fluid people, I see you, I thank you. You are making the world a kinder space. I hope people are more open to these kind of conversations. I think they are so important. Stay curious, stay open, stay tender. I love you.
You still look like a dude, just so you know. I think so. I'm not being mean in any way, shape, or form. But what you're saying is complete bullshit. And now you're blaming it all on dudes, okay? Yes, dudes have these kinds of things, but I'm so sick of everybody attacking men. Okay, we're not talking about men. We're talking about men who like to dress up as women, okay? That's a very small amount of the world, but it's becoming bigger because of people like you. Now you're trans, okay? If you were actually trans, you wouldn't be saying any of this, and you would make an effort, okay, to just slide in, go pee-pee, poo-poo, and leave the restroom, okay? And not taking pictures in the restroom, and I feel more... You don't look like a woman. Just because you put makeup on doesn't make you look like a woman. I personally think you still look like a man in a dress, period.
I think some people fear trans people because they want absolute certainty. If our existence threatens that certainty, then these people start to have questions. And some of those questions are very scary because they begin to erode their belief systems. And once they start to realize that some of these systems are actually so fragile and man-made, well, now they no longer have psychological safety. So they begin to sense what those systems were originally meant to shield them from, which I would argue is the most difficult question of all, the question of their own mortality and impermanence. But what do I know? I'm just a nurse, and apparently that's not a professional anymore.
Yeah. So this is a trans man like me, but not like me. He goes by Bertha Canal. Oh, please. You probably do drag. So that being said, nope, you're wrong. Then why are you looking like a dude? Why are you making an effort to look like a dude then? We have societal norms for a reason, okay? And trans people have always been a very small part of the world. They're never going to be big, ever. Ever, ever, ever. And you watch, it's going to literally, everything you do and say when you say shit like this, people fear trans people now because of the bullshit that's going on in the trans community. I've been doing this probably triple the amount of time you have. No, people didn't fear me. They actually wanted to talk to me. When I was on a plane traveling across the world, I would have conversations. People would always be so cool about, wow, dude, you look amazing. Like people would be, now I would dare never say I'm trans ever in a million years. So because people fear trans people is because you've made it fearful for people to even have a discussion, want to know why, ask questions, all of it. And when I showed you here, when men are going in the women's restroom, it is causing a huge problem for trans people as well as women, and you all not willing to have the conversation. You think it's the rest of the world. Okay, you think it's the problem of the rest of the world and the patriarchy and all of the other nonsense that, patriarchy, whatever, we can get into that at some point. But you can't blame it on one thing. Okay, you've got to understand there's a reason why society has rules and regulations, and I say it all the time. If we didn't have stop signs and red lights and green lights, people will be driving into each other. It's the same situation here. You're trying to open it up that anyone can be this and do that and disrupt a disruption. A disruption is not the way you make change. Okay, you make change by trying to coexist and coming into it with, let's figure out how me and you can walk on the street together. Okay, that's how you do it. The things these people say, they blame it on the cis community. This one actually is very disturbing, so be prepared for this one.
I was raped yesterday, and I wanted to do a post outfit of the day.
What?
Because I'm still gonna wear what the fuck I want. No one is gonna tell me how to fucking dress. And it doesn't matter what I was wearing at the fucking time. No woman should have to experience that. And fuck everyone who thinks so. This is my outfit. So, green cute baby tee, pink mini.
Wow. Just wow.
Shoes, white heels. So, there you go. I don't give a fuck if you like it or not. I'll make more content when I'm mentally okay. We did a rape kit. It was very invasive. There were swabs and photos of my privates. And I have a meeting with the detective tomorrow. So.
I just want you to know that I'm not making light of okay, in any way, shape, or form. There is just something disturbing about this. This is a man, okay, a trans woman, okay, talking about the fact that it feels very fake to me, and I really hate saying this, but I wanted to talk about this because he's trying to emulate a female who got essayed and everything, the words that are coming out, I don't have to not wear so he's basically blaming it on his outfit, that he got that because of his outfit. And as you know, there's always been a conversation in the world around women being essayed, and it's because maybe you shouldn't have dressed like that. Maybe everything coming out of this person's mouth, it just does not in any way, shape, or form feel real to me. Also because, and you put this on the internet, so when you put this on the internet, you're going to get this kind of feedback from it. Also, I don't know any woman who would have gotten essayed and got straight up on the internet and talked about it and put like little flowery things and hearts and all of that about the fact that they were essayed. Come on, man. It's just, I put it here because, again, here's a man trying to emulate a woman and now trying to take on a woman's experience of sexual assault. The reason I was saying essay is because I don't know YouTube, man. They're constantly making this. It's okay to say this. It's okay to say that. You can't say that. You can't say that. Like, so I just said that, but you know what I'm talking about there. So I just put that here because, again, a man totally emulating a woman's experience in that kind of space is disgusting. This one really is unbelievable.
Zoran, congratulations on starting your transition.
Thank you very much.
What would you like to say to trans kids out there who might be starting their transition?
Well, while these may be different transitions, we're going to make this a city that doesn't just protect trans kids, but also celebrates and cherishes them.
And we are wishing everyone who wants to transition a smooth enough and exciting transition to be just like Zoran, I guess.
Ew.
They want transgender for everybody transgender.
Oh my God, I can't even. First off, you know how I feel about Mom Donnie. And then this guy, he's a gay man influencer who is so obsessed with kids, like JVN. They're like buddies, and they just talk so much crap. Of course, he's supporting Mom Donnie. I'm not going to tell you his name because I can't stand the guy, and I'm not going to give him any PR here. So you can find him for yourself. He's a gay man who's obsessed with transitioning children because he has such insane internalized homophobia that it's just spewing out. Him and JVN are like best buddies. So they're just gross gay men who supporting. So there's New York for you. New York is going to totally be transitioning your children. There you go. Right there. So to all my New York friends, be prepared.
My name is Avery. I'm 29, and I am in the process of going through beauty school to be a nail technician.
So you're trans, so you're male to female.
Correct.
And
I also just want to preface by saying that, like, I'm very much a firm believer of biological reality and what my biology is at the end of the day. Like, I don't believe I'm a woman. I know I'm a man.
But so in terms of your, like, pronouns or whatever, do you...
I don't care. I really don't care what somebody wants to call me. Call me what you want. Just don't call me late for dinner.
All right. I mean, you're trans. What do you think about some of that stuff, I guess? I don't know.
I think the current trans community and LGBT community is very, very toxic. I believe they're very much in denial. And I think that they're caring more about themselves and their comfortability and what they want for the world to perceive them as than what society actually sees them as. It's the reality. You know, and a lot of trans people don't like to acknowledge that. I think most trans people are jokes, to be honest.
Thank God. People are starting to say it in the trans community, being real. That's a dude who wants to be a woman, who's totally cool about it, knows he's still a dude, all of it. This is what it's actually happening. I think there are becoming more people within the trans space who are starting to understand how they need to start stepping up because those trans people are completely bonkers. They're insane. I just showed you a whole bunch of them. They're completely bonkers and insane. They're not living in a reality-based space at all. When you transition, you better stay in reality. You're not transitioning your sex, okay? You're transitioning to look like something so that you can walk the world peacefully without making any problems, okay? But all you freaks are just like, well, I'm a woman and I'm going in the woman's room and I F you. And like, yeah, sure. I knew it. It's all going to come back to bite you all in the ass. Thank God. I hope it bites a chunk out of your ass. That's what I hope. So I'm going to leave you with this. These are my favorite. And I'm going to take the music out and I'll just add my own music. Graceful. I just love I just live for this shit. Oh my. Okay. Enough. Enough. Oh my God, you guys. I can't help myself. I can't. When you put your big man ass on the internet on a stripper pole and then you're not going to get made fun of. You are living in a delusion. So with that, I hope you're laughing like I am. And thank you guys so much for hitting the subscribe button. Thank you guys so much for supporting the channel. You know what? It's just amazing and awesome to have these conversations with you and make fun of these. But, you know, on some level, I know you're getting my message. I read the comments. I know you guys are. I know you see, like, we are going to get back to a reality, and we are going to push these people back in the closet where they belong. Seriously, some things just belong in the closet. You should never, ever, ever wear that outfit. Wear it at home. It's your thing. It's all good. We all have that one outfit we're never going out the house in. But somehow we think it looks good on us. So we need to tell those people, keep it in the closet. We don't care what you do at home. Just keep it at home. But when if you're doing this at home, keep it at home. Why are you putting it on TikTok? It's so crazy. Okay. So yesterday was baby girl's first Thanksgiving, and she pretty much slept through the whole thing, but I had an awesome Thanksgiving with my awesome family. And I hope you guys did too. And thanks again. I do appreciate you guys so much. And see you guys all on the next one. Have a beautiful, awesome day.